You what?
I need a nap.
She said I need a neck.
Nap. Oh. Monday. One of those days you crawl under a blanket.
Mm-hmm.
Good movie. Cuddle up with the dog.
Somebody's sneaking in the back. Bless you.
Thank you.
I might just skip to that one. Okay, nobody's sneaking in the back.
I was wondering.
You making noises.
I'm like, she's seeing things.
Heather's not.
She's seeing people.
All right, well, we'll just do this with 4 of you. Okay.
All right, so last week we talked about some of the things you can do when you're not in the classroom with the kids. Send them an email, delayed with whatever on it, and so forth. 2 other tools I'm going to introduce you to today. If I'm not in, I can give my kids an email and they can read it, and that's well and good, but it loses the personal connection with the students. So one of the things that I can do, I'm going to have to go over here. One of the tools is called Move Note. And what's nice about Move Note is it records your face as you're talking with the kids, but you can also show them like worksheets that they need to fill out while you're gone.
Hello class, as promised, I'm not with you today. So I made this little video to let you know the things that you need to do and you need to remember to do. So one of the first things you're going to need to remember to do is to do the tracking of your stocks. So again, go out to your stock tracking sheet. And if you didn't do,
so you can see how I've got the little
yesterday's
red
tracking,
pointer. Sorry,
sure
I've
you
got the
do
little
it,
red
and then
pointer
you
moving around,
remember
showing
you're
them
only adding things
where
in
they
this
need to
column.
pay
You're not
attention.
touching this column, and you're not touching this column. And you have to remember to do this for all 5 of your companies. If you go to
I'm not gonna go through this whole
money.cnn.com,
So I've done this with
and you put in your stock.
giving them an
symbol,
assignment while I'm
bring it
not
up to
there.
this
So
page.
I've got a couple
Right
of different
here, it says
graphics that I have
5
them looking at.
If you click on this,
Another way I've used this is with Stevie gave me an assignment, but he didn't give me comment capabilities. So instead of writing him an email, I just recorded a move note, again with me and then his assignment.
For some reason, you changed your Google document into a PDF, so I have to resort to providing you feedback this way. You can see right here it's a PDF instead of a Google Doc. So let's talk about some of the elements in your networking sheet. For the most part, it looks good, but we've got a couple of formatting issues. Lily Pisano is not married, therefore she's
So I can pull out exactly what's wrong with what
Ricardo
the work was
should have a Mr. in front of
and
his
point
name
it
right
out,
here.
and cuts down on my having to write
Oh, let's see.
little notes to
be
them.
capitalized.
So that's the one page. I've got a
A lot
second
of this
page
is
that
the
I can
same
use
thing.
with them,
Your students
and then
and
a
your
third
teachers
page that I can
down
give feedback on
good.
each one of these pages. So that's Move Note. So Move Note, and what's interesting about Move Note is I can, in my email, if I compose an email, I've got Move Note right here, so that I can actually create the Move Note within my email and send it right to them.
Is it automatically always?
It's there because I've downloaded
Oh, okay. So
the
you
app.
have to download this.
Yeah, but all you have to do is go out to the Google Store, the Chrome Store. Jackie, that was just Google, no, HTTP colon /
No, it's Chrome. That's
Chrome.
Chrome.
So we just type in
And
move
so-
note.
So move note.
Was that one word? Because I didn't get it. Okay.
Okay, so I've got move note. I've got move note for education.
Yeah.
That's the one that I've got, which is why it's green. I've also got an extension for move note for Gmail, and that's how I've got it in mine. So I've got move note for Gmail as well as move note. And when you do move note, it puts, this is the move note icon, so it's up here. So all I have to do is click on that little icon and it takes me right there.
How many hours of your life do you spend finding this cool stuff?
Couldn't tell you.
Seriously.
Couldn't tell you. It's just what I like to do. So if I go into move note itself, so you can, if you want to download it, that's up to you. I'm just going to tell it which account I'm signing in with. And if I wanted to do this, you see I can add slides. So I would just make pictures of whatever it is that I'm trying to share with the kids. And let's just say I want to talk about this. So I can just do a screenshot of this. And then I'll come back here and say, okay, I want to add a slide. So I click on the plus sign. It's going to be on my computer or it can be on the Google Drive. And as soon as it stops, I've got a million things going right now. And I've added my one slide. Now I can add more slides just by clicking on here, and I'm just going to get something random that's on my desktop. I don't even know what it is. Hopefully it's my reservation. Actually, it's my internet sign up while I was up there. So now I've got 2 slides that I can do. I can reorder these slides if I wanted to do this one first, and I just click and drag. And once I'm done, I'm going to save my changes. And on my computer, those behind me, you can see my green light is already on, so it's ready to videotape me. So all I have to do is click on record, and it gives you the countdown. And so whatever I want to say, I can say. Now I'm moving my mouse around, but it's not being recorded. You actually have to click and drag. So we're going to talk about this and the internet until, and here's my date. And then when I'm ready to go to the next slide, I just go over here. This is what we're talking about. Maybe you want to go to this website. I can pause or I can completely stop it. So I can resume recording if I needed to stop for something, and then I can save and preview. And once it saves and previews it, it'll give you a link that you can then share. Yeah, later. In the archive is where all of my move notes that I've done are stored. And there it is. That's as easy as that was. So if I want to share this, I can just copy this link and put it out in Classroom for the kids, or email it
Nice.
with that delayed email or
Since
what have you.
Screencast-O-Matic doesn't work anymore.
Right,
Because
which
of
move
Java.
note
right.
That's nice.
Which move note did you pick again?
I did Move Note for Education and Move Note for Gmail, which is how I got it into my email.
So which one are you recording?
That one.
This is-
Education or Gmail?
This is education.
Okay. And that is what you recommend to start with?
That's what I have. This is the one that I always use.
Okay.
I must have at some point did MoveNote for Drive, so I can't do Gmail because it conflicts with Drive.
Oh.
Just so you know.
Well, that's sad.
That's okay.
That's sad, though.
Sure,
Okay, so
Drive, but for some reason.
so that's the one. So again, I've done this for introducing things. I've got a couple of different.
That's nice because, like I said, Screencast-O-Matic won't work without Java.
Right, we need the Java update and won't do
And
it.
they don't do Java.
So I've done it for a class. I've done it as a personal note. Somebody had a question as to how to do what. They were trying to work ahead because they were going to be gone. So I did a move note for him. And then Stevie, I gave feedback in this manner And it goes really fast, and the kids really like it because they can see you and hear you talking and see what you're talking about, and it makes more sense than trying to read your encrypted notes.
Cool, very cool.
The other one that I wanted to show you is called Educanon. Now, I think I put it in here. In Educanon, if you click on this link, you got to click on the word link, provided I clicked on the right one. This is,
App or
no, all you have to do is
website.
click on that link. And what I've done is I've shared with you this video that I've done with a class, and you are non-registered users. You can have the kids register, which I had my class do, in which case I could give them that up next to the lock. It's got that E948, you don't need that. But you can just put in this stuff and click on Go to Lesson. And what happens when you do that?
In the first
Okay, so I say Go to Lesson. I'm already signed up. What it should do is it should start playing a video for you that as you go through, what this does is it allows you to share a video with the kids and embed quizzes in the video, and the kids cannot fast forward to the end of the video until they answer the questions on your quiz. So if I go back to my bulbs, what you should be seeing, if you clicked on it, okay, from the student's point of view, this is about subject and predicate, something that all but killed us this year. And so it plays the video. And where I have these orange lines, that's where the quizzes are. Now they can fast forward up until that, but they can't go on theoretically, so I'm just going to fast forward to here. And then it says, okay, here's your question. So what's the subject of this sentence? Mr. Morton walked down the street. If I say walked, and then you have to click on
You
the
have to click the
up, it says, nope, it was Mr. Morton.
Are you serious? People did not
Yes.
know that.
I'm just giving you an example. No, I have seniors this year who,
Seriously?
Tasha and I were ready to just pull our
No
hair out.
way.
So then I can
Mr.
go
Morton
on.
walked down the street. Mr. Morton walked.
And then they have another one. Mr. Morton talked to his cat. What's the subject? So we'll just say Mr. Morton. And I'm going to click the up thumb, and yes, I got it right. And you can, the feedback you give them, you can totally personalize.
Mr. Morton talked.
So again, the subject, this is Schoolhouse Rock. They get kind of simplistic in some of their sentences. So I've obviously personalized the answers
Mr.
to
Morton
them.
knew just one girl. Mr. Morton knew.
And so it goes on and on. One of the cool things I found with this is I can go in and monitor, because I'm in the student view here. Let me close this, thing's taking up time. And I can go into my class. So Business English Period 6, something very close to Mrs. Bonner's heart. And it gives me a readout of question 1, question 2, question 3, how each student did, whether they were right or wrong, and in the end, how they did overall. So you can, like when I've got a sub, maybe I leave a video for them to watch, and this tells me exactly, did they or did they not do it, how did they do, how far did they get, and so forth.
Holy crap, you've got to be kidding.
And then the one other thing that I got after I had left this with my personal finance class, I got an email. Oh, I got an email back from them. I thought I had it here. got too much open right now. And the email I got was this. Hey, Mrs. Smith. We just crunched some numbers. Did you know that your students are on average spending 43.93 seconds on each question in your Educanon lessons? That means that Jessie Lafferty, one of the students in that class, takes the importance of checking a car's title that he or she is spending more time deliberating, analyzing, and actively engaging in your materials. Research shows that these pauses during your video lecture increase student performance and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So I get these every once in a while. But if you choose to flip your classroom, if you want them to watch a video when you're not there, or as homework, this is one way to monitor and see if they're actually watching the videos that you want them to watch. So this again is Educanon, which is a free account. This I heard about last fall at that tech forum I go to up in New York. And I heard about it from a gal whose school had just beta tested it for the company. So it was right out of the chute. These are called bulbs, each of the lessons. And you can assign them to class by just dragging your bulbs onto a day that you want whatever class to watch it. Which is just kind of another way to present information to your students. So those were the two things. I mean, I can get into them a little bit more if you want. But those were the two tools I wanted to introduce you to today.
Wow.
What?
That much trouble with subject of a sentence in seniors.
She has no idea.
Yeah, welcome to my world, Terry.
But you could do this on, I don't know, the quadratic
Holy
equations or
Uh-huh.
whatever.
Try teaching the kinds of things I teach when they don't have that as a grasp of walking in the door.
Subject of a sentence. Holy shit.
I'm gonna have to beep out that word on my recording.
Can I
Dear
just to
God
clarify
in
one more
heaven.
time, on the move no
And I'm
presentation.
busy teaching
so
things
why
like
do you
if
do the
pauses
move notes in your
and
Gmail? Why did you?
I make sure that
That one.
It was
their
a thing I
subjects
saw available.
are consistent.
So I
their
can
pronouns
start to
match.
send them an email
They don't
and
even know what an
then
antecedent is.
do the video and it will automatically embed it
They
and
don't have
send
a
them
clue.
instead of me having to, I
Uh-huh.
rarely use the
Welcome to
email.
my world, Terry.
It's just an option.
I just wondered if it's like if you use that, can you go pick up your one that's
And they all think I'm such a
made over
horrible
there
teacher
in the
because it's
education,
mean,
like, can you go get it or do you
I
or
think
you
I
have
do.
one
I don't
regular?
even know what the
I don't
subject of a
remember
sentence
because I
is
only
in
did
Dayton
that
High School.
twice.
That's what
I usually
Well, I
just
don't
go
teach
to
that.
the
Go
link.
to that
If they
one,
don't
and
know
that's
that,
provided
that's
in
too
the
bad
classroom.
because I'm already teaching the
I play
inserted
top
clauses.
Off topic.
Oh, no.
Yes, I'm teaching clauses and phrases. Now, I do back out to prepositions.
Okay, well, here's the downfall.
Because of the introductory prepositional phrase requiring a comma, and I'm all about the commas, that's what I teach them. It's all whole year of commas, basically. So I will back up to introductory prepositional phrases, or in the case of a prepositional
them to
phrase
have a copy
inside a
of
sentence not
this.
requiring a comma.
Their own copy?
Their
I
own
teach them the
copy.
difference between that, a
word.
word which incorporated does not require a comma, versus the word
Anytime
You
you
can't go
which,
back and edit?
which almost always requires a
You can
comma.
edit, you can add things,
Um,
you can delete things. but
Yeah, so I
that is
teach
not
them
an option.
So if I
non-restricted and
delete
restricted
this-
clauses, that's pretty much all I do. And if they don't
Thank you,
know
Ms.
what
Lee.
a subject and predicate is, too bad, those days are come and gone. I don't
Shouldn't
start
be.
all over again.
We shouldn't have to do that.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. So they're all like,
I'm gonna
this
ask
is
them
so
to do
hard.
programming if
I said, I don't know where you were in 5th through 8th grade, but
Yeah.
I said, this is where we are now, so now you have to pedal and catch up.
So now you have all
Yeah.
good options,
Really?
but only when you first put it in. Yeah,
Okay,
there's a
thank
lot
you.
of feedback that's gone back to,
But
you
anyway,
know that you can assign. them
okay,
to
what did we do last time?
Yeah, yeah. I did-
Terry, were you
yeah,
here last time we had a gap? Yeah, I couldn't make it.
Now, whenever you do those little.
Yeah, what did we do? Oh, she did something called boomerang.
like, so if you have an archive, it'll be in here.
So that's an app I can get?
So I can,
So it's a new folder.
It's an add-on.
well, it's within
It's an
that
add-on inside.
application.
Okay.
So if I click
Like
on,
it's its own little drive.
Like Flubaroo,
Yeah.
it was an add-on.
Oh, okay.
if you try to
So
go
when we're
to MoveNote
inside
and sign in,
testing
it
our
doesn't like it
documents at
because
Google
we're,
Docs?
here it wants you to use this link,
In a
the little
form.
button.
The little
In
button.
forms,
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
an
their
add-on.
little,
and
their little shortcut button.
what's it called again? Boomerang.
Boomerang.
This blue
And what-
one.
And what does
You
Boomerang
always have to
do?
allow the computer.
Basically,
No, I don't usually have to
Okay,
do
so
that at
I'll
all.
add it on.
You're gonna have to ask
Thank you.
her, I can't,
Okay.
I can't remember.
So when I
how
go
we
in,
got it.
Juanita, here are all my archived.
And then
I
you
can
can
probably
just
figure
put
it
them
out
in your
from
classroom
the
Uh-huh,
drive thing.
uh-huh.
Thank you.
as a link.
I can either send it as a Gmail, I can share it with services, there are options. But yeah, if I go in here, and it gives me the link right here.
And that's what you put in the classroom.
Alrighty. Thank you for ever doing that.
Yeah.
I might use that.
Move now.
Move note, yeah. We'll never know. Where did I get
I
that?
don't know.
Just made that up. God, what a Monday.
I had these people walking with me.
boomerang?
Is that what we did? Or not? Okay, well, let me just see what Boomerang is. Did I get it?
Juanita, do you have more questions?
Okay, so once I put that in the classroom,
Mm-hmm.
for the assignment that I'm gonna do tomorrow, all the kids basically do is just open up that document.
The move note.
doc. Well, I'm back in the classroom.
Oh, okay.
Because I've never done this and I'm trying.
Okay.
Because the last time I did, all I did is I had them upload, like send it to me. So I'm like, if I send them a copy, there shouldn't be any issues, because I've got kids who are like, well, I can't send it back to you. I have to print out a copy, or I have to send it
No,
as a
they don't.
PDF. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, so if I give them this copy, all they have to do is type on it, and it automatically comes to me, and I can watch their progress as they're working on it.
Yeah, and if you give it to them as each individual gets their own copy, it
Right.
will automatically put their name in the title,
Okay,
so that you don't get papers with no names on them.
right. I think I remember, because I'd asked Kaiser, because he uses it a lot too, so. I think I did it.
Okay.
If I have any questions about that, I'll mess around with it first.
Okay, don't be shy.
Okay, how do you spell Boomerang? It won't let me find it.
All right, hang on one second here.